Captain Ben Stokes says England will go balls to the wall in their only Ashes warm-up game after has-beens question the limited preparation in Australia, right? And the Australian side of things, report came out late last night. The frontline seamers Hazelwood and backup seamer Abbott have both had injury scares playing in the domestic league this week. I think Hazelwood's going to be okay, but Abbott hasn't been as fortunate. So are the Aussies trembling at the arrival of England down under? Let's bring in Aussie cricket writer Malcolm Conn to give us more. Good day, Malcolm. Morning,
Malcolm. How are you?
Good evening, as it is here.
Malcolm, first of all, Cummings, what is the latest on Cummings before we get into the two latest? The latest on Cummings, he'll definitely miss the first test. Is there a good chance he'll miss more than one?
It doesn't look like it at this stage. I actually spoke to him today. Very happy with his progress. He says that he feels good. He's back bowling, and he's pretty confident he'll be right for the second test in in Brisbane. So he was really upbeat about it all. So he thinks that he'll be ready to go, and he didn't think that he was probably all that far away from playing in Perth, but he's just a little bit behind on his preparation. So yeah, all signs good there for the second test.
Malcolm, not like you boys over there winding the English lads up, but I noticed Stokes was getting a little bit of stick in the newspapers over there for his arriving early for his preparation. Is there any? Is this a hidden fear? Are you guys actually slightly running scared of this England attack?
We don't know who most of them are. We do know the medical history of the two blokes that turn up that have played before. I mean, we know that Wood's got a very good knee surgeon because he's had to look after it all summer. He hasn't played. And we know that Jofra Archer's had a 4-year holiday before he came back and played his last two tests. So we know who both those blokes are, and they may or may not make it through the first test. I mean, it's got to be a sort of a death or glory, chuck the kitchen sink in Perth, and if the kitchen sink doesn't land on a length and hit the top of off, I think they're in serious trouble.
So, Malcolm, we're hearing that the Aussies are putting in preparations for toy kangaroos and more flags and rattles because there's going to be 40-odd thousand Englishmen, British people heading over there.
Oh, we think it's fantastic. Our economy's going pretty well anyway, but getting the English pound over here at 2-1 in your favour, and all your blokes going out in hot weather and complaining about the cold beer, it's really actually quite good for Australia and Australians, and it adds a lot of atmosphere. They're very upbeat, the Barmy Army. Even when they're getting flogged 5-0, they keep singing away, keep us entertained.
A lot of our the guys we know, ex-players, England players, are saying 3-2. They really fancy England to win it. They say it'll be tight, but they fancy England 3-2.
Can't be a whitewash, surely, Malcolm.
3-2. Well, I could understand if the scoreline was like 3-2 on the first 5 overs of the first test of England win the toss and bat. But outside that, you've got to remember that their record here so far, I think, is 13-0 over the last 3 test series. So I'm not sure how that's going to improve dramatically. They're playing at Lilac Hill. They've actually been stitched up in their preparation because their one preparation match is at a suburban ground called Lilac Hill. Now, Perth has a great reputation for pace and bounce. Well, Lilac Hill's built next to a river, and it's soft, and it doesn't bounce, and it hasn't got any pace. So England are going to have absolutely no practice at all, outside maybe a few nets at the Wacker, before they actually get onto the Perth pitch, which is probably the fastest and bounciest in the world.
So, Malcolm, where's the logic behind that? Because I remember, I've been here 26 years, and I remember talking about this time and time again about lack of preparation. Haven't they learned by the mistakes?
Well, it's just a squeeze modern schedule, unfortunately. They've come straight in off that white ball series in New Zealand, straight into Australia. Australia does similar things these days. I think experienced players probably isn't so bad because they know their game and they can work up to it. But I think there's only, it might be 3 guys who've actually toured Australia before in your squad. So I really think that they probably need a bit of acclimatisation to faster, bouncier pitches because by the time they get through the second test, they probably will be acclimatised, but they'll probably be 2-0 down.
So are you
What?
saying this could be a whitewash, Malcolm?
Well, that's pretty standard, really, isn't it? It might rain in Sydney, so it might be a draw, so it might be 4-0. But outside that, I think that, look, as I said, we don't know who that most of their fast bowlers are. They haven't got a spinner, and we don't know how long the other blokes, Archer and Wood, are going to stand up. So I actually think it could be a pretty long tour.
Malcolm, just a quick one, and correct me if I've missed the boat on this one. Why the change of venue for the opening test?
Well, well, it's not the change of well, in Perth instead of Brisbane. Well, there's been a bit of argy-bargy between the local cricket board, the Australian Cricket Board, Cricket Australia, as they call themselves now, and the various state governments. And the West Australian government were quite aggressive in wanting the first test of the summer, so they put their hand in their pocket. They've actually paid for the first test of the summer, and so that means Brisbane now gets the second one. But it's not a bad start. I mean, either Brisbane or Perth, you take that as an opening start against the touring team in Australia.
But Perth will be like a home match for England, won't it? With all the Brits over there.
Well, until they get out in the middle, it might be terrific at night when they're out singing ditties at the various pubs in their sort of incomprehensible accents. But I think that once they get out into the middle, it could be a whole different ballgame.